Hello everyone, Kenty Tiger here with Bengali Engineering and Play. We are back in Space Engineers. We're finishing up the large solar array, which you can now see on your screen. So definitely a monstrosity. So I figured rather than doing all the calculations by hand, so what I've done is done a little bit of admin here. I've claimed the thing as my own, and I thought I'd do somewhat of a demonstration here, and we're just as laggy as we were on the end of the last video. Maybe more laggy. Do some demonstrating about how to load scripts and that sort of thing while we're doing everything else. So one of the scripts that I use very commonly is MMaster's automatic LCDs 2. Definitely a good script to have running. It will basically allow you to reasonably simply configure LCDs to display just about anything you want, live real time. So the first thing we do is we paste a programming block, which is this one here, and a timer block. So the script runs and then terminates. So you're using a timer to basically re-execute the script. This procedure is similar for most scripts. So we click on it, name it as you would like, make sure it belongs to you, excuse me, then click the edit button. So once you click, this is your default program, which is basically nothing. Browse the workshop. So obviously if you're not connected, this is not going to work. And then it will take a few seconds for your the various scripts that you have running, and we go to automatic LCDs, click, and then OK. And once you see it loaded in, then you do a check code, and hopefully you'll get a compilation successful, and then remember and exit. Now the key to the remember and exit is that now it is embedded in this build. So it will never have to, if I put this up on the workshop, which I'm intending to do, even with the laggies, I'll probably put some kind of a warning on there that you need a pretty decent machine, I think, to actually load this in. But the procedures are basically the same no matter which script you're using. And once it's in the programming block, it becomes a part of that build, which means if you load it to the workshop and somebody else loads it in, they don't actually have to be subscribed to that script. The script is now part of your build. So it's kind of one of those unique things that scripts become a build. Oh, excuse me. A build aspect rather than something you have to download. So it's actually kind of neat. So timer block. Next thing we got to do with a timer block as soon as I stop lagging. Delay set to 1 second. Okay. Clicker silent. You don't want that making noise, especially on the small ship ones. Setup actions. Okay, the first thing we want to do is drag our programming block into slot 1. We're going to have a couple options here. Go ahead and click on the run. This is pretty normal, but depending on the script author, they will tell you which one to run. So normally it's just run. And then argument is nothing, confirm. There we are. Then drag the timer block, okay, basically itself, onto itself and do again, check with the script author to find out what you need to do. Trigger now and start. Okay, and what this will do is if you start, it's going to have that 1 second delay. It's going to start, run, 1 second delay, start, run. Whereas the trigger now is, it's going to execute the script, trigger the timer, then start the timer. So it's kind of like the double whammy. And when I actually execute it, we're going to see it on the screen and you can see what it does. Alright, so once we have those three things, so run, no argument, trigger now, and start. Oh darn it, sorry. Escape to get back out of here. Okay, so you see we're at 1 second. We're going to go ahead and start the timer. And now you see blinky blinky really fast. Okay, so that basically is executing that script as fast as it will run over and over. Alright, let's go ahead and, do I really need that script anymore? You know what, we might not need a, timer's not required anymore. Hey, that's kind of neat. Alright, so nice to know, but anyway, the procedure is still sound. Alright, so what do we see here? Let us go ahead and, that's not what I wanted. Get back up here. Alright, LCDs. How do they work with the script? As long as you have this bracket, LCD bracket, it will look at the LCD. Otherwise, the LCD does whatever you want it to do. It's also using custom data. So what have I put in here? Center my text, and the text is this. Then there's the power command, echo, which is a blank line, power time, which is how much time until I'm at 0. Okay, how much time until everything goes dark. Echo, blank line again. Center, block counts, and then the block count command. T colon means this grid only. So if I have other grids attached, like with connectors or something like that, it will stop at that connector. It will not go beyond that connector. If you do not have the T colon, it will look at everything attached to this grid. Oh, I'm doing it to you hardcore, I'm sorry. Alright, so this is, the block counts is because I really wanted to know how many batteries and how many solar panels I have. Alright, then we're going to have to do something on the order of 0.6, most likely. And I change color schemes. All right, and let's see what this says. That's pretty funny. All right, I didn't have to go quite that conservative, so let's change this to a 0.8. Alright, we have 394.8 megawatts in solar power. We have 1.2 gigawatts of capable power in batteries. So we have 1,208 batteries. We have 3,664. Wow. Okay, so that's how many solar panels you watched get pasted last video. So anyway, this is all the other auxiliary things. So we have a timer block, programmable block, excuse me, LCD screen, and the antenna. Now I could have also, for example, custom data. We could actually have said solar and it would only display my solars and my battery. So let's see if that is indeed the case. There it is. So we can simplify things as we like, and with this we could actually change this probably to 0.9, maybe even 1. So our text is a little larger. Alright, so block count, there we go. 3664. So I changed the orientation. So of course here's my sun, and so I put the orientation of the array so it's actually facing the sun. Back off all the way here. So you can see what it looks like. Alright, I'm going to do a control B. So this was the first take, which we can delete now. Solar array details rename. We'll get rid of this _1 and close. All right. So the question is what to do with this. What I would probably do is make sure we have 3, 4. Make sure we have our mirroring still turned on, which we do not. Oh, excuse me. Alright, long day for me. And we're going to go ahead and change that into a black square. And then we do the supply thing, right? I like 5. That way when ships play bumper cars, you end up breaking a conveyor instead of something more important. So this should be connector 1, 2. And we will do so this is ultimately to get the conveyors all the way to the center. Do the same thing here, all the way out to the edge. connector. Go, and these should already be 3 and 4, which they are. We'll go ahead and do the ownership change again. It should already be to the center. Alright. So one of the other things that we can do, and this is more for structural engineering perspective, so we go every 5 solar panels here, and put in, alright, so every 5 solar panels, which then should be this one. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here. 3, 4, 5. 3, there's 4 and 5. Do we really need to put these in? No. Purely a structural engineering perspective. I messed up somewhere. See if I can spot it. There's one. So this one should have been here. It's different. Why it even lets you paste that? I really have no idea. Okay, so this is 3, 4, and 5. so then it's a matter of figuring out what are we going to put in the middle. Is this a refining station? Is this a... what kind of station is it? Or is it something bizarrely modular that we just a solar array that you can attach pretty much anything to. So that's I think we will leave it at that, and then we'll leave it to the imagination, and I will probably end up doing something on the order of like an industrialized refineries, assemblers, kind of like a supply station that you bring everything in, drop it off, and done with it. So I think we'll probably end up doing that. So having said that, we will do that in the next video. We'll keep this video really short this time, and we'll go from there. So this is Kenty Tiger signing off, and we will see you next time.